Good morning, Recast. Thanks for joining us for this week's Question of the Day series. We're going to be in Jude again, beginning in verse 5. If you remember, Jude 5 opens up kind of giving some examples as Jude introduces these false teachers to us. And he gives 3 examples to kind of describe what the behavior of these false teachers might be like. And you'll notice these 3 examples are not in chronological order. And I asked myself, well, why are they not in chronological order? And I think it's because Jude is trying to teach us something with these 3 examples. I think he's trying to show us a picture of what it looks like for someone who potentially may have professed to know Christ to the point where they are a false teacher and they're leading others in error. And so I think through the series of these 3 examples and events, we're going to see really the starting point and the goal of apostasy. Someone who has at some point or another professed to know Christ, whether they were actually saved or not, it's another story, to the point where they are in full-blown error and false teaching and living lives that are not at all glorifying to God. So the first stop here on this journey is with the Israelites. And these are the people that God had delivered from the plagues. He ultimately parts the Red Sea to deliver them from captivity in Egypt. And even though God has done all of this stuff for the people, they do not believe that He's going to deliver them into the promised land. And so they wind up dying in the wilderness because of their unbelief. They don't believe what God has promised for them. And I think this is the first step along the journey here towards someone who doubts and does not believe and leads others astray related to the teaching of the Word. It is one of unbelief. It's where someone not only doubts, because doubt is okay in the Christian life, but it's where someone says, I don't believe that God is going to do what He says He's going to do. I don't believe that God has said what He's going to do. I believe what God has said what He's going to do, He's actually going to do. That was a tongue twister. Anyway, my question for you today relates to that reality. Number 1, why is it easy to sometimes doubt and maybe come to a place of unbelief related to God's promises? Why do we sometimes wander there and begin to wonder whether what God has promised us is true? And the second thing is related to that. If we find ourselves in a place where we are doubting God's promises, maybe we are in disbelief that He's going to do what He says He's going to do, what should we do then? How should we respond toward a temptation of disbelief? And how can we get our hearts back in a right place where we are fully trusting and believing what God has revealed to us? I hope those questions will engage some good conversation in your families this week, and be on the lookout for more videos as we bring you to them from isolation. Thanks for joining us.